Okay, today we are playing a game on Dorado. We are playing Reinhardt the entire way through, and there is no SR for today's game because it was a scrim game. And our current team composition is Reinhardt, D.Va, McCree, Sombra, Anna, and Zenyatta. Didn't put it somewhere I can see it, I had to remember it. Oh god, it was very scary. So, Reinhardt, D.Va, not your ideal combo of tanks, but also far from the worst combo of tanks you can end up with. Because, you know, you can have Roadhog and Zarya as a combo of tanks. It could be a lot worse. Anyway, let's just start the game, because I got nothing else to say about it. So we've got to attack Dorado first, which I find to be an extremely arduous process. Mostly because of the very first checkpoint. So, D.Va is off trying to get at the enemy team, but they're employing a very unusual strategy, aren't they? This isn't something you see every day on Dorado, but hey, you know, whatever works for them, I guess. Alright, so we're gonna hang out downstairs, right? We'll cover the flanking route, and then as soon as they start pushing through the choke point, it's easy, we'll just come out of the closet and get them. I don't know why we didn't think of this sooner, to be honest with you. It seems so obvious now. So, we go too far forward, don't see that there's a trap there. Oh my god, fucking YouTube, Jesus Christ, I'm pushing back, I want to go back on the timeline, god damn it. If I wanted to reduce the volume, I'd push down. So we don't see the trap on the floor, I've seen the trap already, way in advance, and then we just walk right onto it. We don't want to walk in that room anyway, because I mean, look at it. Right, look at it. And to be honest, you don't do this kind of thing unless you have a plan, and I would hope that they have a plan of, well, what if they come in the room, right? Turns out the plan for that stage was May. That's just a very scary room to go into. I don't want to try anyway, but then we try and go through and we get just absolutely clapped, so didn't go too terribly well for us right there. We do at least have half of Earth Shatter built up, so that's good. That's good. You know, I didn't really process what the enemy team was. Just generally quite aggravating to play against, pretty much. So we've got to wait for our team to regroup, because we, you know, lost that fight. Sombra's still... No, Sombra is not still in there, because she just changed. So that... Who is that that's still back there? It's Junkrat. No, it's McCree. Alright, McCree. I mean, to be fair, this is a follow-up to that King's Row game we played the other day, and McCree was up to some real long con shit then as well, wasn't he? So I shouldn't be surprised that he's doing it again. So this room is still, like, really scary to try and push into, but at least this time we had a little bit of an advantage gain ahead of time. No need to charge, can just walk through the door and start hitting people, because someone has to go, yeah, I think I'll walk in front of that doorway, and Arissa did, but she just moseys right by real quick, like, oh shit, here he comes. She also could have Fortify, you know, any number of things. We could just walk through the door and start swinging. There's no need to get so excited about it, pretty much. So, could run after Junkrat, but that's a little bit scary, because we'd have to go through the doorway at him, and Junkrat, I'm sure, would like that, so we elect to just leave instead. Please put shield up right now. Okay, so first off, don't go in, but also put shield up for Junkrat Man here. Junkrat Man has about 30 hit points. Please shield Man, who is very close to death. Very important he survives. Then secondary, please don't go in this far up when you got like 100 hit points left. Wait for the supports to catch up and then heal you. Because Anna doesn't need to fully catch up, just like stand a little bit behind the payload while you wait for her to get back. And then go in, once no longer at like 100 health anymore. Makes it significantly easier to survive at that point. Ooh, there goes the tire, and it got McCree. And McCree's pretty staggered. Life is difficult sometimes, you know? Shouldn't really be going in right now, given that we still have to wait for McCree to get back. Also, please don't just run into them, swinging your hammer at them. If we're gonna, like, walk up at people, at least do some, like, shield hopping, like, you know, so you don't just get fully wrecked running up to them. But also, we can see there's a Bridget right here, and then, like, we know they got a Junkrat. We can see they're pretty in this room right now. I don't want to walk into this room at all, just because of the extreme amount of pain I might be subjected to very quickly. But, so we come around this side, and they don't rotate quickly enough. So we just kind of catch them on this side, and then the rest of the team goes in the other side. And then we just sort of... easy peasy. So we've captured the first checkpoint. That's like 80% of the work on Dorado, to be honest with you. And then probably like 15% of the work is the third checkpoint. Second checkpoint, not so bad. We do still have Earth Shatter built up, so that's good. They do have a Reinhardt, Arissa, and we kind of have to worry about Bridget as well. They have a lot of things that can fuck us on the Earth Shatter department, so we have to be careful. Arissa, not as much of a concern as Reinhardt, of course. And this is a tendency I've noticed with Reinhardt players. They tend to be very bad at reacting when there's an Arissa shield there as well. Because I've played against teams that have got Ryan and Arissa, and I've literally just walked through Arissa's shield, Earth Shattered, and the enemy Reinhardt's been like, what? He can do that? I don't know what it is. They're just like, oh, yeah, there's other shields in the way. What's he gonna do about that one? Then they're genuinely shocked when I just walk through it and Earth Shatter them. I don't know. People are weird sometimes, man. So we just took a lot of damage. May could fuck us as well, also, to be fair. Yeah, got stunned by Bridget. Yeah, that happens. Gotta be careful moving up when Bridget's around, basically. Extremely scary time to Fire Strike, to be honest, because 100 health currently. Up to 150 when we did it. Still very scary to take shield down to Fire Strike at that point. And, we already had our ult, so it's not like we needed to use it yet. Could argue I thought I was gonna kill him, but you know, I would have been surprised. And I'd rather just not risk death, basically. So, we're presumably waiting to Earth Shatter these bad men as soon as they come around the corner. Which is a noble endeavor. No one's touching the payload anymore. Now the payload's being contested. Did block shield bash from Bridget, so that's good. That's that threat taken care of, pretty much. Oh no, here comes May. We do know they have a May. So we have to be careful how far up we are compared to our team, because if May comes at you and you're playing Reinhardt, you'll be pretty upset about it. It's very hard to do anything to May. And then, oh no, here's May freezing us. Oh? Oh no, let me out! Let me out! Could have actually slipped around the corner, it turns out. Actually, probably not, because May's smaller than us, isn't she? Damn. That's some of the most fucked I've seen a Reinhardt player get. All you can do in this situation is try and pin May, pretty much, because there's no way you deal with it otherwise. May's wall tends to have some slightly weird hitboxes. Here's something you can try and do if you get walled off by your team as well, right? Because imagine that you're, going through a choke point, right? As Reinhardt, you go through the door. Oh no, I get walled off. May is usually lurking around one of the corners waiting to do that, and then she runs at you. So you get walled off, she runs up to try and freeze you. Just determine which side she's on, turn, and try to pin her. Because, for some reason, May's wall tends to have really wonky collision like this, and you'll just kind of, like, pin her immediately, because you'll, like, pin her, and then collide to part of the jaggy hitbox on May's wall, and not really move, and yet still pin her. Sometimes it doesn't work out, and you end up flying really far away, but I mean, you're walled off from your team anyway at that point, so you might as well just take what you can get. But, they usually aren't expecting you to do that, so most of the time I'll at least kill the May. Even if I die, I'll at least kill the May, and that makes me feel good at least. Yeah, fuck you too, May. And if you're trying to push through the choke point on the attacking team, frankly, you probably have the spawn advantage anyway, so if you trade with the May, you'll get back faster than her a lot of the time, especially since Ryan actually has movement. But, you know, at least take the bitch with you. you know? You know? So, we've still got this Earth Shatter. We haven't found an opportunity to use it yet. To be fair, I don't think there's been a particularly good time to use it up till this point anyway. We do want to use it as fast as possible because it is an ultimate that charges quite quickly and has a very powerful effect. So as soon as you get Earth Shatter, you do want to like take the first good opportunity to use it because you only benefit from the ult charging quickly if you use the first one quickly, so you can start building the second one quickly. And if you can just ult like 2 or 3 times more than the enemy Reinhardt over the course of a game, you probably won, unless you whiffed literally every single Earth Shatter. You probably won. Just ulting more times than your opponent on the other team increases your chances of winning, because as long as you're using them well, I guess. But, like, just because ults are really strong in this game, you know? You know? It's kind of the crux of Overwatch, really. So, the enemy team are doing a great job of staggering themselves at present, and they're giving us a lot of just 3 time to push up this. We can just try and Earth Shatter them as soon as they try and come out of the doorway at us, pretty much. Here comes Winston. I would have probably Earth-Shattered this guy, honestly, myself, because he's not going to use his bubble over here, because he'll want to use it once he actually gets on the payload, and the payload's so close to the checkpoint that I'd probably just Earth-Shatter him. And kill their main tank, pretty much. And then we pretty much do that anyway, just try to Earth-Shatter him anyway. I thought, like, you know, the way it was leading up, like, alright, we might find an opportunity to Earth-Shatter a couple of people in here anyway, in which case that'll be me shown. But no, we basically just tried to Earth-Shatter Winston anyway, and we just gotta look at the guy's health bar, and he's pretty close to dead, so we just did what I would have done later when it was less impactful to do it. So, you know, that's cool. That's cool. You know, whatever. Yeah, beat that guy. Tries to fucking run out to touch the payload. Just kick his legs out from under him. I keep banging the keyboard into the table. I am sorry. I apologize. That's how professional I am. The Vancouver Titans. God. That's an ugly looking skin right there. I don't like that color very much. Not that I can see colors properly anyway. So, perhaps it's not for me to judge. I like this one better. Anyway, so now we've got to defend, Dorado. Less arduous than attacking. We can see Junkrat and Mercy are currently up to no good. Is that Junkrat? Yeah, that's Junkrat. They're up to no good over there. I don't like them doing that, because, you know, imagine they come out of the spawn with a dive comp. Mercy and Junkrat are all the way over there. That's a pretty long way to get back to safety. Now, it happens that they come out with an Orisa comp instead, so hey. Oh, look, D.Va's going up to try and get him, but D.Va ain't gonna kill the support and a DPS, so that amounts to nothing, basically. But the fact they did it at all scares me. We don't really want to come up here. That's an incredibly optimistic use of Fire Strike, and I mean the one before that was as well. I didn't really say it at the time, but we'll go back just to complain, basically. Like, extremely low chance of actually hitting the D.Va from all the fuck way over here. Not worth bothering. And then we do it again, just like, Lucio ain't gonna come down. Unless he fucks up, he doesn't fall down in that doorway. So, and you know, any play based around the enemy fucking up in some way, any play based around the enemy team being bad is itself a bad play. Which is why Bastion is a bad hero, incidentally, also. Oh no, yep, I could tell that was going to happen really early on in that. So, this is why we don't want to come this far up, and we see some purple people, so we immediately the greed sets in, and we want to try and get that person. But they have so much crowd control, dude. They've got so much crowd control. Just being in the street at all upsets me, just as a person instinctually, just because the street is so dangerous to stand in. And then we go all the way up there as well, trying to kill those purple people right in front of their spawn, when we didn't really have that much of an advantage at the time, and then we end up just getting clapped and CC'd to death, basically. Then we collided with the lamppost as well. You know, might have gotten away if we didn't hit the lamppost, though still low odds overall. We do get back just in time to realize the fight's pretty much over, because half our team's dead. Just die. Just take it. Just accept death. It's coming. At that, like, should we have even come that far up? Because 3 people... No. That's the point where I'm like, I think I'll stop, actually. As soon as I see those 2 people die. It's because one of them's our main healer as well right now, so... I don't like it. Don't like it. Scary. Oh no, we've got Anna as well. Never mind. For some reason I thought we had the Lucio. Whatever. Still don't want to go up there. Still down 2 people. Not worth it. Not gonna happen. Now they've got a kind of weird goats arrangement, don't they? What a weird looking team they have. What? Because they got the dive comp, right? They got the dive tanks, but then they've also got Bridget and Roadhog, who are not really going to keep up with the dive comp that well. They do have a Lucio at least to help them get in there, but man, that's an ugly looking comp. I don't like that. I don't like that goats variant very much, personally. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it, and that means it's wrong, because my opinion's the one that matters. Okay. Look, I'm sorry. That's not me saying that. That's science, okay? Anyway, so we just, unfortunately we can't do anything to help with that situation up there. We are really far up kind of by ourselves, because, I mean, I know our teammates were on the rooftop above us, but we weren't up there with them, and they are not all going to be super inclined to just jump over the edge into the middle of that fight to help us, so we were kind of far up. Basically just standing by ourselves, pretty much. Not even by very much, but still just kind of by ourselves, enough for them to just collapse on us and kill us. Because again, you know, Bridget comes up on us, stuns us, and then, like, there's a Roadhog as well. Oh no. That was 100% intended to try and save Hammond's life, but we took it. So, hey, that's cool. I'm not really particularly excited about this Earthshatter, because one of the people we look to hit is already asleep. So we can just pin her, and then we don't even go for her. We decide to start hitting Roadhog. We should pin one of them. Our pin was actually on cooldown until just then. So, I suppose. I didn't see the pin cooldown. I still don't want to do this Earthshatter, though. Just because, like, one of the people we're going to hit's already crowd controlled, and without the pin ready to go, we are not likely to kill Roadhog. And there he goes, waddling off to safety. Now we can't Earthshatter all these squishy people right in front of us, because, like, this right in front of us on the right, that's a better Earthshatter right there. Get all the supports instead, rather than the 2 tanks, one of whom was already CC'd. The thing is Reinhardt, if you don't have your pin, you are not gonna kill one of the tanks without assistance, and no assistance looked like it was ready to come anytime soon. Anyway, so it's not like we lost the fight or anything. It was going to be difficult to lose the fight from that position, all things considered. We just didn't win the fight, which is not as bad as losing the fight. We do almost have Earthshatter built up again. As soon as they use Sound Barrier right here, that's where we start backing up, because they're gonna come around this corner really fucking wanting it. Because as soon as they use Earthshatter, as soon as they use Earthshatter, yes, but as soon as they use Sound Barrier, they're gonna try and go hard, because that's the whole point of Sound Barrier. It lets you go a lot harder immediately after it's been used, so we want to just start backing up immediately upon hearing it, pretty much. Unless we have some way to temper it, like, if we see them, oh, that got all 3 supports, sucks to be them. Because if, like, we've got Earthshatter and we see them all sprinting around the corner, honestly, like, even if they've got a Reinhardt, if they use Sound Barrier, the Reinhardt usually just drops shield and immediately starts sprinting forward as well. So you can just Earthshatter the whole lot of them as they start running in, usually. But we were in no such luxurious position as to have our ultimate. So all of their healers are currently dead. And they do still have, you know, a lot of tanks, so they've got alright staying power, and now their healers are regrouping. Mercy managed to res Winston, that sucks. but we've almost got Earth Shatter built up, and they don't have anything that can block Earth Shatter except Winston's bubble, and we just saw Winston use his bubble, so it should be pretty free. It should be pretty fucking free. I'm always so excited when there's no Reinhardt on the enemy team and I'm playing Reinhardt, because you get to just do that pretty much, and it feels really good, you know? It feels really good. Unfortunately, the enemy team was kind of spread out in an awkward position, so we couldn't, like... It wasn't like a really, like, PogChamp Earth Shatter, unfortunately, because we couldn't just, like, wade into 3 people and just hold down left-click and be rewarded with play of the game, which is always the real exciting part of playing Reinhardt, followed closely by when you pin that fucker. Which fucker? Any fucker, basically. It doesn't matter who, just pinning the guy feels really good. And that's why Reinhardt players are so suicidal. So we are a little bit far up. I'm kind of afraid of getting back capped, to be honest with you, but they just all start to come around this corner instead. I guess they've got like a goats-ish comp, so they're not super likely to back cap us unless they suddenly changed. I'm a paranoid man, okay? So he's using Roll Hog right now. Don't bother with the shield right now because he's just gonna break it. Try not to let your shield break also, because you always want to have access to your shield. Once it breaks, it actually goes on a cooldown where you can't access it anymore. But like, we're not in danger of getting pinned into a corner and killed right now. Worst that happens is we take a bit of damage and get pushed back. That's preferable to letting our shield break and then that happening anyway. Because now, oh no, no access to shield, very scary. Because what if the D.Va uses her ult, right? Or a Reinhardt appears on the map and decides to use Earth Shatter. It would be very upsetting. Oh god, don't do this. There's a Bridget right there. There is a Bridget right there. And she can just stop you. And we did in fact just get stopped. And then, you know, we line of sight our healers real fucking bad as well, because they are definitely not stood, like, directly adjacent to us. And then we run into this little room as well. Oh god, Mercy, so brave, so brave. She did res us, though. We lost our Earth Shatter? We pushed Earth Shatter in there? I didn't even know. When did we push Earth Shatter? First off, don't, because, like, this is a mess of a situation. Yeah, we pushed it right there. Whenever you're in, like, a frantic melee kind of position as Reinhardt, any Earth Shatter you try and get is usually pretty bad. You need a little bit of space to actually get a decent Earth Shatter off, because the hitbox, like, when right in front of Reinhardt, is really fucking thin, and then it balloons out really quickly after that. So, people are fucking spinning all around you whenever you're in one of those melees. You got the fucking tiny, close to Reinhardt hitbox on the Earth Shatter. It just usually ends up being really bad. We also were definitely going to die in that room. Once we went in that room, we sealed our fate, as far as I was concerned. Or at least once we charged in the room. If we just walked in with our team, it might have gone better. I mean, it's not like it went terribly, I suppose, but still. So, oh, shame we didn't have Earth Shatter for right there, isn't it? Because, you know, imagine if we had Earth Shatter for, like, this spot right here. Ooh, wouldn't that feel good? But no, tragically not to be. Then we ended up getting killed. I was really afraid we were going to push Q again and lose the Earth Shatter. So, most of the enemy team actually dead right now. Might as well Earth Shatter remaining 2 teammates. Yeah, why not? Give them the teabag as well, just to let them know that we fucked them. Yeah, we win. Great job, team. Great job. I like it over in the spectators. We got, Tomb. I don't know how you pronounce that letter, to be honest with you. Swedish people are fucked up. That's the Swedish letter, right? I think. Whatever. Europeans are weird. I'm allowed to say that. I'm from Europe. Okay. So, what stood out the most? Being overly aggressive, basically, which is kind of what I had determined when we watched that other scrim on King's Row as well. Wasn't excited about how we used Earth Shatter most of the time, either. Granted, like, it wasn't really a game that had a lot of good opportunities to use Earth Shatter, as far as I'm concerned, either. Like, there weren't many incredible opportunities, but the ones we tried to take advantage of, I wasn't, well, some of them weren't really opportunities. So I wasn't very excited with how we used Earth Shatter either. And, yeah. That's pretty much it. That's what I got for you today. So thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. I've started streaming on Twitch Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 7 PM EST till 10 or 11 EST, depends on how it goes. There's a link to the channel in the description. If you managed to make it all the way through the video and somehow also still enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future, and I hope you found the video helpful.